When I do the combine and the draft,
right?
I'll say this as if you're not sitting here, Charles.
I'm not here.
I've got Mayock, who's hardcore, and he knows Stripes, and who knew he knew Sugar Hill Gang? I had no idea, right? I got that on one side.
Of course.
Okay, I got Daniel Jeremiah also there, who's as we know, he's a little bit more out in the world than Mayock, right?
Yeah.
And then right in the middle, sort of combine the two of knowledge and pop culture insanity, and we get this man, Charles Davis. Right? Am I not wrong? What did you think when Mayock started dropping P-Funk and Sugar Hill Gang? Like he had been reprogrammed, right? Something happened. An alien creature hit him?
Not the first time I've heard that.
What?
No. That's Mike's go-to.
Does that with a little bit of Cabernet in him, or what?
No.
Because he was stone cold sober in the booth.
No, totally. But that's Mike's go-to. I mean, that's Mike's thing.
Well, he has only.
And at other events, he's never gone to it live. We have it.
He's never gone to it on tape. He's never
off
gone
air. We've got it on tape, actually.
Yeah.
From Senior Bowl. We got Mike dancing, at the Senior Bowl on set. That's on tape. But that's his go-to to go to the George Clinton P-Funk.
You know what his go-to is?
Now, if he had gone to Sir No's Devada Funk, which was a follow-up album of George Clinton's, that was it for me. I would have walked out. That
his go-to for movies is Stripes.
Stripes.
Because he knows nothing else.
Did you tell the Ivan Reitman story?
I'm about to tell it right real quick because I can see we got about 40 seconds left. Ivan Reitman, director of Draft Day. I told this on the podcast. Yep. So I'll tell this to whoever. And Mike and I shot a scene for it.
Right.
Then we're waiting for Ivan Reitman in Radio City last year. So Reitman comes up to him, and we started talking. We're done with the conversation. And I just said, Mike Mayock loves Stripes. I figured, there's a director of Stripes. Bring them together. They start talking about this, that big toe Sergeant Holko, right? Finally, Mayock says to Ivan Reitman, the movie just sort of went downhill when you guys went to Germany.
And that was it.
And I'm like, Mike, not everything needs an evaluation. Right? Not everything needs to be evaluated.
When the big vehicle hit Germany, straight downhill.
I know. That's what he told Ivan Reitman. Back with Charles Davis.
One thing about me is I like to compete, so I look forward to competing anywhere, but hopefully it's here. I just want to show them that I can be the face of this franchise one day, and, actions speak louder than words, really. It's not really important to me to be the first pick, but it is important to me to be picked.
That's Jameis Winston after hanging out with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday. The first, I guess, foray between the Bucs and Jameis Winston to try and figure out if they are a match in this talent evaluation portion of the calendar. Who better to ask that to than one of the guys who I watch on Path to the Draft every day on NFL Network at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's required appointment viewing, certainly this time of year. Charles Davis, good to see you here in studio.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, as we are sitting here, first Wednesday in March, Winston, last Thursday in April. First name picked still,
yes.
for sure?
Yes, as we sit here right now, definitely.
What's gone on with Mariota that Winston has swooped in front of him? Because, going into the Rose Bowl, fresh off the Heisman, Mariota was number one on a lot of people's mock drafts and draft boards. What's going on there?
Interestingly enough, nothing has really gone wrong with Marcus. I know a lot of people after the bowl game, after the championship game, people were saying, oh, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. My humble opinion, if you watch the tape, he's one of the few Oregon Ducks that measure up that night. It was a tough night for them. Ohio State just totally overwhelmed
hit him in the
them.
mouth.
I mean, hit each and every one of them. I mean, just stunning. But I thought he competed really, really well that night. You remember when he hurt his shoulder?
He came back in after missing a few snaps.
In and went to play. I thought that spoke volumes about him.
Down 3 scores, he did that.
He could have gone.
Right, he could have tapped out, right.
All right? Not his thing. He's a quiet, I always called him a quiet assassin. He's not going to say a whole lot, but he's going to compete to the nth degree. But he didn't do anything wrong here, Rich. What Jameis Winston did was ascend to the spot most of us thought he should be in. The off the field was the story. He had to win the interviews. He had to win the personality contest. He had to win the projection contest at Indianapolis. The on-field stuff, that was already in his pocket. He had to come and present in a way that people would get comfortable. Marcus Mariota was just himself, but Jameis Winston opened up that book that says It Factor, and Jameis
I'm here. Now, with Mariota, I had Chris Fowler on the show yesterday, and he said Mariota's not only an accurate thrower within windows, he can hit the fingertip of his receiver, like right on the spot, and thinks absolutely he can do what Phillip Rivers is sort of schooling him in doing, throwing to his left and calling out plays to himself at the mirror, sort of. Maybe he's standing there like LeBron taking pictures of himself in the mirror. That he can do that. The question is, though, I've seen your mock draft. I've seen Daniel's mock draft. Sometimes you have Mariota falling as low as 10 to the Rams, which in my mind is a spot from which Chip Kelly can come from 20 and actually go and get him. Do you think that happens?
I think there's a strong possibility of that happening because Chip would love to get his hands on a guy that he trusts right now to go. Chip understands, in my humble opinion again, that this is not a league of we're going to build for a while. It's a league of now. And what were they, 9-3 last year before everything fell off at the end of the year? He went from 1 year where, wow, everything Chip does is great. Hey, what he brought in is terrific. To the very next year, at the end of the year, people were starting to question it again. You hear LaShawn McCoy on his way out the door that there was friction with him and Chip and questioning, methods and what we were doing and all of that. And Chip's trying to get that culture of his guys. Interestingly enough, there are 9 Oregon Ducks on the roster right now.
Yeah, I know.
He would love to have a 10th and have it be Mariota, I believe, and I can understand why. But the projection of Marcus Mariota isn't to me as simple as go to Philadelphia and he'll be successful. I think he'd be successful a lot of places. Timing is going to be the key about where he would be successful other places. Because I firmly believe he can learn to do all the things we're talking about. I think most people would like to see him get outside of himself a little bit more and be a little more vocal. I mean, old school guys especially, they're used to that quarterback. Nowadays, we don't ask our quarterbacks to do that as much, Rich. We don't huddle. They don't have to call plays. They don't get under center. All the stuff that our field generals did in the past, we have executors now. They turn, they look, they do it, and they do it well. But he just has to learn to do that, and I think that he can.
But then again, I mean, you've got the guys who are the best at it are the ones from the neck up who can go ahead and dissect you on third down when there's 15 seconds left on the clock by switching stuff up. Aaron Rodgers, New York Bozo, making all these audibles. And Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck.
Dan Marino with the fake spike.
And we keep on saying Cam Newton has been a better player from the neck up. And, obviously that's what Mariota can do. And we'll see how that plays out. But in the few minutes I have left with you here, I'm with Charles Davis. Watch Path to the Draft every night on NFL Network, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Him, Daniel Jeremiah, Andrew Siciliano, cast of thousands. And follow Charles on Twitter at CFD22. What does Chip do in the draft if he goes in the draft and gets a running back? Who in this draft might be the guy who he's like, that fits my style. That's my guy. I can go get him and fill the LaShawn McCoy void. Who do you think that might be?
If he's fortunate to get Todd Gurley from Georgia at 20 because of his knee injury where people may pass, he fits everything that you're going to want. A heavy, strong runner who can catch the ball out of the backfield and can make any play into a huge one. Kick return ability if you want that, although it's not likely you're going to use your top runner that way. At 20, he could make that decision like they did with Willis McGahee. I'd take him even off of the knee injury.
You would.
And get him back. To me, without the knee injury, there's no question in my mind he's the #1 runner in the draft. With the knee injury, some people may reevaluate that and say Melvin Gordon, who can do those things for you, but I don't think he's as dynamic as Gurley. I don't think that, I'll put it to you this way. Gurley, if you say he's a home run hitter in baseball, Melvin Gordon will get you a whole lot of doubles and an occasional triple, much more so than in a different way than Gurley. But those are the top 2 guys. But I don't think he goes there in the first round.
No, I'm not saying. I was saying prior to this trade, you had Gurley going to the Ravens at 26. I don't know if you'd change that, but give me someone deeper. Go deeper.
Amir Abdullah, Nebraska fits what he does. Jay Ajayi from Boise State fits what he does. Tevin Coleman would be interesting because he's a long-distance runner.
From Indiana.
From Indiana. Don't know how much he catches it out of the backfield, and that's a must. It's something that they've got to continue to work on, although I know Kevin Wilson has schooled them in those techniques. Those are the types of guys that I'm looking at, and I think an Abdullah or an Ajayi would be absolutely sensational for him in their attack.
Thanks for coming in, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I want you back. I mean, you're here all the time now, hopefully, right?
Anytime I'm out here and you want me, I'll get over here.
I definitely want that.
Sounds
for
good
sure.
to me. Appreciate it.
Do you want to answer the poll question?
Yeah, why not?
Give it up to Charles Davis.
All right, Charles, are the Eagles going to win a playoff game in 2015, yes or no?
I'm saying yes, they will. Philadelphia Eagles, find a way to win a playoff game
There
in
you go.
2015.
Charles Davis is a sunny, bright outlook guy. The glass is half full for Charles Davis.
Well, right now,
right now, Law wants to take the glass, regardless if it's full or empty, and throw it against the wall. And smash it.
I'm trying to not be negative here.
It's tough. It's tough to swallow because, again, Chip Kelly comes in, as I said at the top of the show, what's he going to do with Vic? What's he going to do with Deshaun Jackson? What's he going to do with LaShawn McCoy? What's he going to do? Get rid of all of them.
They're all gone.
Get rid of all of them. Bring in Ertz.
But you have Jeff, you have Jeff Maley.
He drafted Ertz over Kiko Alonso, by the way.
Yeah.
But he's got Kiko now.
Well, because he knew he had McCoy to trade in his back pocket. He knew that. And we're going to revisit at the top of the next hour the Kurt Schilling story about what's going on with him and his Twigilante justice.
Twigilante? Is that
He's a Twigilante guy.
Twigilante?
That's good.
Yeah, it's Twigilante justice.
Does that make him
Go
a
Kurt.
twat man?
And because the question is what can Twitter do about this sort of conversation? We have the head of policy communications, New Wexler, coming up at the top of the next hour. Antonio Cromartie, one of the top free agents at the cornerback spot. Will he go back to the Jets? Might Rex try and get him to Western New York? What's he going to do? Will he stay put in Arizona? Woody Page, what's going on with Peyton Manning's contract? And also Brian Shaw being bounced as head coach of the Nuggets. That's still to come along with Mike Epps in studio. Thanks for coming in, Charles.
Thank you.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.